If your strategy is give more, you're not building attraction, you're negotiating for validation. That sentence alone explains the quiet frustration of millions of men. Most men don't fail with women because they are cruel, careless, or irresponsible. They fail because they misunderstand the game they are playing. They approach attraction as if it were a transaction, a moral equation, a system where effort guarantees outcome. They believe that if they invest enough time, attention, money, patience, and emotional labor, they will eventually be rewarded with love. They act as if there is an unspoken contract in the background. If I show up consistently, if I'm generous, if I'm emotionally available, if I never disappear, if I do everything right, then she should feel something. And when she doesn't, when she grows distant, bored, or leaves for a man who appears to be doing less, it doesn't just hurt, it confuses them. It breaks their internal logic. They ask the same question over and over. What did I do wrong? The truth is uncomfortable, but simple. You didn't do something wrong. You misunderstood what creates attraction in the first place. Today, we are not talking about romance movies, fairy tales, or social media advice designed to sound nice but fail in real life. We are talking about the psychological, biological, and social mechanisms that actually drive attraction and attachment. Not to manipulate, not to deceive, but to stop humiliating yourself by chasing validation and start building genuine value. Because attraction is not a reward for effort, it is a response to strength, depth, and presence. 1. The first filter, stability before desire. Before a woman feels desire, admiration, or emotional attachment, her nervous system runs a scan. This happens instantly, beneath logic, beneath language, beneath conscious thought. The scan asks one fundamental question. Is this man stable enough to be close? 2. Not physically dominant, not loud, not aggressive, stable. In the modern world, danger rarely comes in the form of wild animals or physical attackers. Danger comes from chaos, emotional volatility, insecurity, lack of self-control, poor judgment, dependence, resentment, and instability under pressure. So a woman is not watching your muscles. She is watching your reactions. She notices how you respond to stress, how you behave when plans change, how you handle disagreement, how you deal with uncertainty, how much your emotional state depends on her approval. If your confidence collapses when she pulls back, if your mood changes when she delays a reply, if you over-explain, over-apologize, or over-pursue when you sense distance, her subconscious reads one message. This man is not anchored. And that message kills attraction instantly, not because she's cruel, because instability signals risk. A man who cannot regulate himself becomes a burden, not a partner. Even if he is kind, even if he is generous, even if he means well. The foundation of attraction is not niceness. It is inner steadiness. You don't need to be cold. You don't need to be distant. You don't need to be arrogant. You need a spine. A man with a spine can stay warm without becoming needy. He can care without collapsing. He can desire without chasing. That is what creates safety. And safety is the door attraction walks through. 2. Why calm alone leads to boredom. Let's assume you pass the first filter. You are emotionally regulated. You are grounded. You don't panic under pressure. Now, most men make their second mistake. They confuse peace with attraction. They believe a woman wants only predictability, routine, and emotional smoothness. So they flatten the relationship into something sterile. Same tone, same availability, same energy. How was your day? Good night. I miss you. I'm always here. No contrast, no tension, no emotional movement. But here's the reality. Logical men struggle to accept. Women do not bond through comfort alone. Comfort without polarity becomes boredom. The female emotional system bonds through experience, not consistency. She remembers moments, not routines. Emotional spikes, not smooth lines. That does not mean chaos. It does not mean drama. It does not mean toxicity. It means range. Attraction requires emotional movement, lightness and seriousness, closeness and space, certainty and mystery, a dynamic rhythm. If every interaction feels the same, her nervous system stops paying attention. Not because she's ungrateful, because her brain evolved to notice change. Think of a great story, a great song, a great film. None of them are flat. They rise and fall. They create tension and release. A man who provides only calm becomes background noise. A man who provides safety and emotional depth becomes unforgettable. 3. Social proof. Why your life matters more than your effort. Here is another truth most men don't like to admit. Attraction is social. A woman does not evaluate you in isolation. She watches how you exist in the world, how others respond to you, how you move socially, whether you have friendships, whether you are respected, whether you have purpose. This is not shallow. It is evolutionary. A man who functions well socially signals competence, adaptability, and strength. He knows how to navigate reality. When you abandon your life to orbit a woman-drop friends, neglect goals, cancel commitments, you don't make her feel special. You make her feel responsible for your identity. That feels heavy. A woman does not want to be your entire world. She wants to be invited into a world that already has structure. When your life is full, your time becomes valuable. When your life is empty, your attention becomes cheap. Desire grows when she feels like she is joining something, not replacing everything. 4. The invisible blueprint. Why? Patterns repeat. Every person carries an internal map of love shaped early in life. Family dynamics, attachment patterns, emotional conditioning. This does not mean people are broken or doomed. It means familiarity pulls harder than logic in the early stages. Some women are drawn to distance, some to challenge, some to warmth, some to freedom. Not because it's healthy, because it's familiar. Your job is not to exploit this. Your job is to recognize compatibility. Listen to how she talks about past relationships, not the facts, the emotions. Notice what behaviors she romanticizes. Notice what she excuses. Understanding this helps you stop performing and start choosing wisely. Because attraction built on unresolved patterns is unstable. Real attachment comes when excitement meets emotional health. 5. Range and roles. Why one-dimensional men lose. Most men get trapped in one role. The caretaker, supportive, understanding, agreeable. The rebel, exciting, unpredictable, unreliable. The provider, generous, solving, overgiving. Each role alone fails. A woman does not want a single note. She wants depth. She wants a man who can lead when direction is needed, support when she is vulnerable, play when life gets heavy, stand firm when boundaries are tested. That is not pretending. That is integration. A man with range feels alive, and aliveness sustains attraction. 6. The myths that sabotage men. Let's clear out the lies. Just be yourself. If yourself means stagnant, undisciplined, resentful, that's not authenticity. That's avoidance. Attraction responds to growth. Women want nice guys. Women want good men. Goodness with boundaries. Kindness chosen, not performed out of fear. Happy wife, happy life. Appeasement destroys respect. Partnership requires two grounded adults, not one person managing the other's emotions. 7. The mechanics that actually change outcomes, not tricks, principles. Discipline availability. A man with priorities is attractive, not because he withholds, but because his life has weight. Let her invest, people value what they contribute to. Let her give, plan, help, choose. Gradual disclosure, depth revealed over time, creates intrigue. Oversharing early kills polarity, calm boundaries. Strength without anger signals safety. A man who can say no without hostility is rare. Competence and direction. Confidence without evidence is noise. Competence builds real presence. 8. The transformation men recognize. Many men learn this the hard way. They give everything, they lose themselves, they get left, and then they rebuild. Not by becoming cruel, but by becoming whole. They develop discipline. They reclaim direction. They stop begging for approval. And suddenly, attraction appears where it never did before. Not because they changed tactics, because they changed identity. 9. The ethical line. This knowledge can be used to manipulate or to mature. Manipulation leads to emptiness. Maturity leads to connection. The goal is not to control women. The goal is to stop abandoning yourself. 10. The layers of real connection. Chemistry opens the door. Emotion builds memory. Intellect builds respect. Values build trust. Purpose builds permanence. Anything less collapses under time. 11. Structure and flow. Masculine energy at its best is structure. Feminine energy at its best is flow. A river needs banks. Banks without a river are lifeless. Your role is not control. Your role is containment with flexibility. Final truth, stop trying to get women. Start becoming a man worth choosing. Attraction is not something you do. It is something you embody. You are not obligated to grow. You can stay where you are. But if you want what most men never experience, respect, desire, real partnership, you must do what most men avoid. You must develop yourself, not for women, for your dignity. Awareness is the first step. Action is the second. Stop negotiating for validation, build value, and let attraction respond.